have you been, my blue-eyed son? And where have you been, my darling young one? I've stumbled on the side of 12 misty mountains. I've walked and I've crawled on 6 crooked highways. I've stepped in the middle of 7 sad forests. I've been out in front of a dozen dead oceans. I've been 10,000 miles in the mouth of a graveyard. It's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, and it's a hard rains are gonna fall. And what did you see, my blue-eyed son? And what did you see, my darling young one? I saw a newborn baby with wild wolves around it. Saw a highway of diamonds with nobody on it. I saw a black branch with blood that kept dripping. I saw a room full of men with their hammers bleeding. And I saw a white ladder all covered with water. I saw 10,000 talkers whose tongues were all broken. I saw guns and sharp swords in the hands of young children. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, and it's a hard rains are gonna fall. And what did you hear, my blue-eyed son? And what did you hear, my darling young one? I heard the sound of a thunder that roared out a warning. I heard the roar of a wave that could drown the whole world. I heard 100 drummers whose hands were ablazing. I heard 10,000 whispering and nobody listening. I heard one person starve, I heard many people laughing. I heard the song of a poet who died in the gutter, and heard the sound of a clown who cried in the alley. Because it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, and it's a hard rains are gonna fall.
See what I see. See what I see. Way up in the sky, little lamb. Do you see what I see? See what I see. The star, dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite. With a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A song Let us bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Send the King to the people everywhere. Listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say.
Come get around me, people, and a story I will tell about a night not long ago. You all remember well. I'll tell it to you straight and true. I tell it like a friend. All about a fearful night we thought the world would end. I was walking down the sidewalk, not causing any harm. The radio reported, it sounded with alarm. The Russian ships were sailing all across the sea. We all feared by daybreak it will be World War #3. I was worried about an argument I had the day before over some small matter. I'm sure it was nothing more. But just a day ago, how it wrinkled up my brow. The same things today seem so unimportant now.
Good evening, my fellow citizens. This government, as promised, has maintained the closest surveillance of the Soviet military buildup on the island of Cuba. Within the past week, unmistakable evidence has established the fact that a series of offensive missile sites is now in preparation on that imprisoned island. The purpose of these bases can be none other than to provide a nuclear strike capability against the Western Hemisphere.